And now, aviation weather around Alaska. Greetings, I'm National Weather Service meteorologist Peter Chan with your Alaska aviation weather coming up here for Sunday into Monday. We have a lot going on. We've been in a progressive stormy pattern, especially across areas of the west and southern parts of the state. And we're going to start out with a system that the main low pressure is initially going up through eastern Russia with a strong front working its way across the eastern Bering, pushing into the southwest mainland. And then a secondary low is going to form just along and off the Kenai coast on Monday. And this is going to provide another blast of wintry weather. The interior areas here along the Yukon River, including areas of the west and southwest coast, are going to see significant snow, blowing snow, even mix of precipitation where the air is a little warmer. Up here along Kuskokwim, Bristol Bay areas could see a mix of some freezing rain and rain in with the snow as we go through Sunday. So low visibilities, low ceilings, IFR conditions will spread inland during the day on Sunday. And we anticipate by Sunday afternoon, as that front makes further progress eastward, there's a stronger piece of energy, shortwave energy, that's going to work its way west to east from around Bristol Bay and Kuskokwim Bay area to the northern Gulf as we head into early next week. This is going to provide another significant winter weather system to areas of south central, including the Anchorage Bowl and Matsu Valley. Some areas could pick up another foot of snow with this system late Sunday night through Monday mid-evening. So definitely be prepared for deteriorating aviation weather in addition to just general travel weather by car here across southern areas of the state later Sunday night and especially on Monday. So Sunday we see widespread IFR conditions from the Bering Strait, lower Chukchi Sea into the southwest interior. And then as that low pushes eastward across the southwest interior, that energy, we'll see the area of snow expand across the interior with it being invigorated here around Cook Inlet, the east side of the Alaska Range up into the Anchorage area, Kenai Peninsula. Even could be a rumble of thunder around areas of especially northern Kuskokwim Bay, Nunavik Island Monday morning. And then as that low pressure works its way east, we're going to see a new low take shape here over the northern Gulf. And by that time, the bulk of the energy will be shifting eastward and then moving up into areas of the Panhandle. So here we are by Monday afternoon, IFR conditions, northern Gulf, Copper River Basin, eastern areas of the Alaska Range, little breather developing in the backside with still IFR conditions in areas of the southwest up to the Bering Strait. There will be yet another low coming in just north of the Aleutian chain and bringing another round of unsettled weather into the southwest and south central areas Wednesday into Thursday. So again, we're in a progressive stormy pattern that will hamper air travel much of this upcoming week. So looking at Anatuvik Pass, VFR conditions Sunday, same thing, Adigan Pass up there in the central eastern Brooks Range as we go south and west, Lake Clark, Merrill. By later in the day, Lake Clark will start to see MVFR conditions as that cloud cover comes in with the next storm. And certainly by Sunday night, conditions will rapidly deteriorate across the western Alaska Range into south central areas, certainly by early Monday morning. Rainy Pass will stay VFR on Sunday, as will Windy Pass, Isabel Pass. As we go further east, Mentasta Pass may see MVFR conditions early Sunday, giving way to VFR. Tanita Pass, Copper River Basin, generally VFR conditions on Sunday. Portage Pass, same thing. But keep in mind, this entire area, south central, will see deteriorating conditions Sunday night and certainly by early Monday morning and throughout the day on Monday. IFR will be the rule across these areas as the next storm moves through. Chilkoot and White should see VFR conditions in the far northern Panhandle on Sunday. Looking at the freezing levels, here's a hint of this next system. This does have a better push of warm air than the big storm that dumped on Anchorage here last week prior to Veterans Day. But here is this push of warmer air aloft. It has plenty of moisture along a frontal system that's being pushed into the west and southwest sides of the state. And as I mentioned, there's a second piece of energy, a strong shortwave will work its way like this eastward and then help redevelop a low here over the northern Gulf and off the Kenai coast as we go through the day Monday and continuing into Tuesday. Greatest threat for icing on Sunday will be along areas of the west coast from the Chukchi Sea, Point Lay, Point Hope down through Kotzebue Sound, Seward Peninsula, Norton Sound, all through the southwest, Bethel, some of the major hubs down toward King Salmon, Dillingham, Bristol Bay. Generally above 3,000 and 5,000 feet as you go further south down along the Aleutians and Alaska Peninsula, just because the air aloft, the freezing level is higher above 8,000 feet. And here's a telltale sign. We have this shortwave ridge and then a powerful shortwave trough that's going to be riding eastward, and ahead of it we have a jet core off to the south and southwest along and south of the Aleutians in excess of 150 to 165 knots. Very strong system, a lot of energy to help cause a lot of vertical motion, which produces thick cloud cover and heavier precipitation. At 700 millibars, 9,000 feet, look at across the western side here of the mainland in through the Alaska Peninsula. We have winds of 35 to 55 knots, and then they jump upwards higher, even areas upwards of 70 to 80 knots along the Aleutian chain out of the west. And then at 3,000 feet, with the frontal system pushing into the western interior and southwest interior, we look for south winds turning westerly, 40 to 50, even 70 knots up here off of areas up toward Kivalina and Point Hope. So a lot of turbulence will be associated with that. In fact, I would even say up here there can be isolated severe turbulence around Point Hope, and then areas further south certainly will be areas of severe turbulence along the lower portion of the Alaska Peninsula on Sunday, westward through the eastern back toward the central Aleutian surface to 3,000 feet, and then a broad area of moderate turbulence spreading further inland across the western and southwest interior and across the lower Alaska range to Kodiak Island, generally surface to 4,000 feet. So you want to stay tuned to later forecasts because we are going to have impactful weather coming up here to aviation as we go through early and midweek.